Hello again, one more time. This is the class number 2 of the week number 1. Remember, this is a professional Scrum Master program for the beautiful audience of Chapman. I love you guys, and this is the class number 2 of the week number 1, which is Agile Foundations. As part of the agenda, we will be talking about the project life cycle can be predictive and adaptive. When to use Agile and traditional. How is Agile different? What is the difference between them? What is Agile? What is the Agile Manifesto? Agile methodologies? And of course, we have the team assignment or individual assignment. We're doing this online, and it's going to be individual homework. So from the last class, we learned what is a project, what is project management, what is the project life cycle, and also what is the difference between projects and operations. And we learned that a project is something that it's temporary. It's a set of activities to implement something new. We also learned that we need to balance the three variables, the triangle that I explained: cost, scope, and schedule. Also, we learned that the project management definition is the application of tools and techniques. And the project life cycle, it's about 5 processes: initiating, planning, executing, controlling, and closing. So now that we understand the foundation of project management, now it's time for us to move on to the Agile Foundation. So let's see how can we transition from project management to Agile? Thank you for the question. That's why we created the topic number 2. So based on the life cycle of the project, they can be predictive or adaptive. There's 2 things. Predictive, it's the traditional projects. When you know very clear from the very beginning what is the scope, what are the things that we need to develop or deliver, it's something that is clear. Building a house, you know exactly the dimensions, the cost, and the duration of the project. Everything is clear from the very beginning. We know the time, we know the budget, and everything is known that it's a traditional project. Because we know everything from the very beginning, we need to be very careful with the changes. So changes in traditional needs to be approved or rejected. So we need to create a change request if we need to change something. So that is a characteristics of a predictive traditional project. Also, another name for this type of projects, it's plan-driven, waterfall, or traditional. And here's the difference. Now that we know that traditional projects has 3 different characteristics, let me explain the agility. The agile projects are iterative, meaning that you are going to deliver value frequently, like in cycles, and also incremental. So you add in value, frequent, and incremental. You don't know exactly what to deliver because at the beginning of the Agile project, the only thing we have, it's an idea. That's why the Agile Manifesto was created by the software development industry, right? So the scope is defined and approved at the beginning of the sprint. What is in a sprint? It's a short cycle of value delivery. This is in a sprint with the duration from 2 to 4 weeks. That it's in a sprint. So adaptive project, also known as change-driven or agile. Changes are welcome. So we don't need to get an approval to change something. The only thing we need to do is wait until the next sprint. So when can I use an adaptive agile approach? When? Okay, you need to, when you have an adaptive approach, it's as useful when the requirements are subject to a high level of changes, uncertainty, volatility, and are likely to change during the project. When you know that you're sure that this is not the final idea, I'm creating a prototype, I'm creating a minimum viable product, which is the initial version of my product. In those cases, I need to adopt an agile approach. So when the initial requirements are refined, which is reviewed, detailed, changed, or replaced in accordance with the user feedback. This type of project, I love it because you will be able to have a conversation with the customers frequently at the end of the sprint. So you will be able to adapt. Here is an example, and this is the visual representation of the two different type of approaches. This is the traditional project, when you have first of all, you gather in the materials, then you organize the wood, you created and design the boat. In this case, we are creating a water transportation, aquatic transportation. So the thing is that at the end of the project, now that you spend like 3 years building the boat, what happened if the customer said, no, this is not the one that I had in my mind. This is too late. So that's why this type of approaches is not good for the software application development. And remember, this is the foundation for you to take the second part of the class, which is a Google Cloud Engineering Associate. So an agility that is totally different is that we are going to add value incrementally, and we start with the version number 1, and we are adding value on each sprint. This is the sprint. This is another one. And you add value and deliver value every 2 to 4 weeks. This is the sprint number 1, sprint number 2, sprint number 3, sprint number 4, sprint number 5. Sprints. Those are short cycle to deliver value. So what is Agile? Agile is a mindset defined by values, guided by principles, and manifested through practices. When you research or search on any Google or any search engine, you will see a lot of different definitions of Agile. This is my favorite. That's why I put it here in this educational material, because it's the reality. It's a mindset with values, principles, and also practices. So as you can see here, Agile is like an umbrella. Under Agile, you will see a lot of different methodologies: Scrum, DevOps, Kanban, Lean, Scrum, Safe. The scope for this class, for the rest of the program, it's a Scrum and a little bit of Kanban. So as I mentioned, this Agile was created in 2001 when 17 guys, they had a meeting in Utah. And they said, we need to create a new methodology to implement software projects. Why? Because all the time, our customers are not happy. We never we never are on time. All the time we are late, and also we are over budget. So this is not a reality. We are trying to manage a project that it's not manageable in that way. So that's why they created the Agile Manifesto, which is a set of values and principles. The value number 1 of the Agile Manifesto is that individuals and interactions are over or more important than processes and tools. The working software is more important or over the comprehensive documentation. Customer collaboration is more important than a contract negotiation. Responding to change is more important than following a plan. They never say that this set of elements are not important. They're just telling us that these are more, the left side, the column on the left side, those are more relevant. However, this list of components or elements, they still have some kind of relevance. The 12 principles of Agile are: number 1, customer satisfaction; number 2, welcome changes; number 3, deliver frequently; number 4, this is a 4 here, working together daily; number 5, motivated individuals; number 6, face-to-face communication; number 7, working solution; number 8, constant pace; number 9, technical excellence; number 10, simplicity; number 11, self-organizing team; and number 12, behavior adjustment regularly. Please go to the Agile Manifesto, Google it, Agile Manifesto, and read more about each one of those, because that will be part of the exercise. Agile Manifesto. I posted on the Google Classroom, virtual classroom, so you can do your homework, because the homework after this video, it's all about the Agile Manifesto. As I mentioned that the Agile is an umbrella, those are some of the, remember that I told you? Some methodologies: Kanban, Scrum, XP, FDD, feature-driven delivery, and Lean. We're not covering the definition of those, but I can just provide an overview. Extreme programming, it's when you have 2 people working together, creating the software coding, the programming work. And one person is coding and another person is just watching. So the next day they switch the roles. One person coding and the other one is watching and inspecting the work. Scrum is going to be explained coming up. Kanban, it's to provide visibility of the job. Feature-driven development is a methodology that is based on how many features you can implement in a sprint. And Lean is about customer centricity and small batches of work. So more details are coming up. Kanban, as I mentioned, you see this not only Scrum, but also we're including a little bit more information about Kanban. It's a framework that falls under the umbrella of Agile methodologies. It was developed in the 1940s by this very smart Japanese named Tahichi Ono. The Agile Kanban framework, it's focused on visualizing the tasks in a collaborative dashboards. So a Kanban, it's a dashboard, literally. It's a dashboard where you can see the tasks that are pending, in progress, and done at any time. This is supposed to be updated every day after the daily Scrum. This is to increase transparency and collaboration among team members. And this is the Scrum framework, which is the 353. And all the rest of the class through the next 4 weeks will be all about Scrum. So Scrum is a 353, 3 roles, 5 meetings, and 3 artifacts. The 3 roles are the product owner, the team, and the Scrum Master. The 5 meetings, it's the sprint, right? The sprint planning, the daily Scrum, which is this one here, sprint review, and a sprint retrospective. The 3 artifacts are the product backlog, sprint backlog, and the finished work, also called like an increment. Increment. That is the definition in our of Scrum. Yep, that's it. That's Agile Foundation. You have any question? I'm here to help. Key takeaways: project lifecycle can be predictive or adaptive. Adaptive lifecycle are used when the project has a lot of changes. Agile is a mindset with values, principles, and practices. Some methodologies are Scrum, Kanban, DevOps, Lean, and XP. Right? That's it. This is the homework. Select the value that you like the most. Oh, I forgot to put the link here. It doesn't matter. Go to the virtual classroom and click on week 1, assignment number 2, and respond these questions. Thank you so much for joining. Remember to watch this video. It's unlimited access. You can watch it as many times as you need. And please don't forget to respond to questions that I posted on the virtual classroom. Just go ahead and click on week 1, assignment number 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next time through the same channel at the same time. God bless you, and I talk to you later. Goodbye.